Most of what is known about Norse mythology comes from the 13th century texts called the Eddas. But they recount a history that begins many centuries earlier. And according to the Eddas, the first ruler of the area, now known as Denmark, was a son of the god Odin named Skjoldr. For ancient astronaut theorists, this is particularly intriguing because it lines up with numerous other traditions around the world.
This is almost identical to what we find in ancient Egypt. You have this golden age in which the gods walked on the earth, which the gods ruled, and then ultimately in Egypt the pharaoh becomes the representative of the gods themselves, just as Emperor Jimmu became the representative of Amaterasu in Japan. And also Huang Ti, the legendary first emperor of China, the Yellow Emperor, who is said to sail into the stars and back to Earth. What's fascinating is that this idea occurs in ancient cultures around the world.
Another similarity that Norse mythology shares with other traditions across the planet is the idea that the gods come from another world.
In Norse mythology, the universe is divided into 9 worlds. It's the realm of the gods, the realm of men, the realm of the giants, the dwarves, the elves, and so forth.
The Norse gods inhabited the realm of Asgard and came to Earth, known as Midgard, traveling across a rainbow bridge called Bifrost. But descriptions of Bifrost do not portray any kind of structure like a traditional bridge.
Bifrost means shimmering road, and the Edda tells us that it's the rainbow raised by the gods to connect the heavens and the earth.
Bifrost is a burning bridge. The red that is the top layer of the rainbow's color is supposed to be the fire. I'm only aware of stories in which supernatural beings cross Bifrost, and some of them can't. The fire somehow burns them but doesn't seem to burn the gods.
Bifrost is also known as the trembling or quivering way, suggesting that it is constantly moving. As far as ancient astronaut theorists are concerned, it's possible that the Old Norse stories were attempting to describe a wormhole connecting Earth to a distant planet.
A wormhole is a shortcut across the universe. And it's actually a structure predicted by the theory of general relativity. So there's science behind it.
The Scandinavians wrote that through Bifrost, these celestial beings descended from the sky. In the ancient astronaut opinion, that almost seems like some type of a portal technology, because it was instantaneous travel to the so-called realm of the gods.
Could it be that the Norse gods were in fact extraterrestrials that traveled to Earth through some kind of space-time portal? Ancient astronaut theorists suggest further evidence to support this incredible notion can be found by examining elements from the Norse stories that sound like descriptions of high technology.
Norse mythology is filled with a concept that I refer to as misunderstood technology. In Norse mythology, we have stories of Odin, the highest god, for example, with his 8-legged horse Sleipnir. That was a celestial horse that flew across the sky, leaving behind a trail of fire. We all know that horses do not have 8 legs, and we also know that horses do not fly across the sky, leaving behind a fiery trail. So why do we have these stories? The pantheon of gods were advanced space travelers that our ancestors witnessed and thought, wow, they have to be gods because they just descended from the sky.
Odin, the god of the dead and the god of warfare, interacted often with humans in the Norse stories. It is also written that from his magical throne, called Hlidskjalf, he could observe all 9 realms.
Hlidskjalf sits at the top of this great tree called Yggdrasil, and Odin can look down on all of creation and see what's happening.
He could see everything. he could hear everything as well. It makes you wonder if this magic watchtower is an advanced alien technology.